So Fr0stumentary, or I'm just gonna call him Trey, released a video today on if you should play Marth online or not. Yoshi Bear was hype. Shut up, Leaf. He released a video today about if you should play Marth online. Now, granted, it's a short video, and it doesn't really go too in-depth, but I do want to talk about it a bit, because I think he leaves out a lot of, positive things Marth has online, and I don't know if it was just that he didn't know that, or if he just wanted a very short video and just didn't include him. I don't really know. And I don't mean this as like a... When I'm making this, I'm not making it as a, ah, look at Trey, point and make fun of him. That's not what I'm doing, and if you fucks do that, I'll hate all of you. So don't do that. Be nice, you fucks. This is mainly just... It's a response, but it's also adding on to what he says, I would say. Because I think the big thing that he meant, like, is that he doesn't mention any of the positives Marth has off or online, and how that potentially translates to things offline, in a sense. We are gonna watch the whole thing, not like all at once. A problem with God. We're gonna watch, or not all at once. There's gonna be points where I'm gonna pause and we're gonna talk about it. I might go back and forth between showing stuff in Smash and showing the video. But in general, we're gonna go through the whole thing. Also, I'm gonna do this too, because I do think it's really good. So he does. I skip over it, but he does mention in the very beginning about Nightmare's montage. That shit's sick as fuck. Go watch it. If I do turn this into a Fr0stumentary, it's gonna be in the description. So watch it. If you've watched it already, watch it again. Have your grandma watch it. Everyone should watch it. It's great. And that's not because I'm in it. It's just because it's really good. And Nightmare did a good job on it. So watched it 5 times. We'll watch it 6 times. So I told you to do it. Is there a problem with that? No. Watch it again. Exactly. And watch it twice. Anyways, okay. So we're gonna let this go until...
Hey guys, it's me Trey, back again with another video.
Also, one other thing. The audio is gonna be slightly desynced. Like, just a little bit. Just because of how I have my OBS set up, and for whatever reason, if I change the delay on audio and I change it again, it's gonna get, everything's gonna get fucked up. I don't know why, so slight audio delay I hope is okay. I hope it's not too bad. It shouldn't be too noticeable, but I'm mentioning that now in case anyone thinks that's just an unintentional mess up. It was something that I kind of looked at and was like, well, it's horrible. Okay, I'm sorry. I tried.
Today, I'll be talking about Marth and online play. I'm no stranger to online. In fact, the majority of my time with Smash Bros was online. Eventually, around when Ultimate first came out, I found a small local about an hour away from where I live. It was my first tournament. Believe it or not, I won that tournament, and the next one, and the next one, and a few more. And then 2 people started attending that made that outcome much harder to achieve. One of them won every tournament from then on, and the other traded 2nd and 3rd with me throughout our time there. I came close a few times, even went to game 10 with the first guy, but I just couldn't close it out. Now, even though I never won first after that, I can certainly tell you that we all got so much better in those couple of months. So, what does all of this have to do with online? Well, eventually, the local died down a lot since a lot of the players went off to college, and now a certain illness has prevented its reopening this summer, so I've been stuck online for quite a while now. Online wasn't too bad before, when I didn't know just how good offline Smash was, but since I've had a good taste of what offline can be, going back to online is so hard to do. In fact, I've played less Smash in the last few months than I ever thought was possible for me.
So one thing I also want to say is I think everyone in general has been playing a lot less Smash. Everyone's gonna have different reasons. I've been playing a lot less Smash, mainly just because I ended. Just because there's other shit coming out. And a lot of people I would normally play with, they're also playing different games because they don't want to deal with online, whether they're Marth players or not. Just in general, they just don't like Smash Online that much, so they're playing less. So that means I'm playing less. I don't think it's a bad thing to play less. And also, if you're someone like me who has, like, if I think a lot of players when you love Smash Online. I think a lot of players, what they do when they start out playing Smash is, and they're really trying to get really good at the game, right? They're enjoying it. They're gonna grind the hell out of the game, right? They're gonna get 500, 600, 7 hours very quickly, right? And then you're gonna reach a point where you're just gonna burn out. You're just gonna fucking your playtime's gonna go from like 40 hours a week, like you're basically playing this shit like a job, down to like 10 maybe if you're even playing at all. And I think that's a normal thing. And I think online is a very easy way to get burnt out because of how frustrating some characters can be online and how people don't really want to play against it. I know that's not directly like to what he's saying, but that is definitely a trend that I've been seeing. But I wouldn't say it's... If anything, I've also seen a lot more people playing online. So I think there's like a decent amount of people playing more and a decent amount of people playing less.
Now, it's no secret that online Smash favors certain kinds of playstyles and character types, and I can tell you, Marth is not one of the fortunate ones in this case.
I agree, but with a big caveat. With the one, or like an asterisk, a very big asterisk on the side. Yes, but Marth, I don't think gets very much from offline in terms of direct negatives, and there's a couple positives, but I think what really hurts him is how other characters are a lot better online, and how a big negative that Marth has in general is that everyone's going to know the matchup against you. So not only are you playing a matchup that's very possibly not one you're used to, because it's online, there's a lot bigger range of characters. You're also having to play it in 6 to 8 frames of delay. And they're already going to know what they need to do. They're already going to be doing... Like, zoners are a big one. They're going to be zoning you out. They're going to be doing a very good job of doing it. And you're going to struggle 2 times fold, or twice as much, because not only do you not really know, or potentially do you not know how to deal with what they're doing to begin with, you're also fighting online. So Marth gets nerfed in the sense of other characters are a lot better online. I don't think it's because Marth gets a lot worse. And I can get more into that in a bit. I just wanted to say that now, just so everyone kind of understands where I'm coming from.
This is, of course, due to Marth needing to be very precise in his spacing and confirms. When playing online, many of the confirms that Marth has become more read-based rather than reaction-based.
I would say in general, Marth's confirms require some kind of read or whiff punish, or your opponent needs to do something regardless. Things like Nair 1, Sour Up Air, Dare Spike, they're not moves you're just gonna land, right? They're not moves that are... You don't just get them out of nowhere. Someone has to... Your opponent has to do something. Even offline, you're not going to just very easily get a sour Nair 1 out of nowhere with the right drift, right? So while you probably need to read even a little bit harder online, it's not like they go from being reaction based to read based. They're already read based. They just rely on that more now because it's online.
Because of this, much more of your game plan falls into the hands of your opponent messing up, rather than you, the player, having good timing. The other thing is that Marth doesn't have an easy time getting kills via a stray aerial, in my opinion.
So I know he mentions this and then kind of doesn't... No, I'm not reading that. I know... Or he mentions not killing with a stray aerial. Did this video blow up or... Has almost 300 views. I mean, it's doing good. It's just something that I saw that I wanted to talk about. Because I feel I have a very different viewpoint that might add to a discussion about this. So he mentions killing with a stray aerial. And then kind of just drops it. I'm not exactly sure what that has to do with online. Because Marth already doesn't really kill off... Well, he does kill off stray hits, but I mean... He doesn't... That's not like his main way of killing to begin with. And that's not really his... It's not like... Technically speaking, that's not really Lucina's main way of killing either. I mean, there's Bear, but... I mean, there's gonna be, like, unless you count edge guards as stray aerials, which I wouldn't. I don't know how that's a hindrance. Because, I mean, I play against Paolu's, Jokers, Wolves, characters with really good aerials that can just kind of kill whenever they feel like it. And I don't feel like that makes them better online, because they have moves, or straight aerials that can kill very easily. I would say Nair is one exception. Nair is very easy to kill with in this game because of how it's angled, and how just huge that tipper is, and how early it kills, in terms of just stupid-ass knockback. And how easy it is to hit it at ledge if they do any kind of neutral getup, or any kind of ledge release double jump. Nair is just stupid. The other ones I kind of understand, though. But I don't know how that's a strict negative, especially when Marth has aerial, or if, let's say you get a stray aerial, like you get a stray Nair 1, that can be an F smash that can kill. You get a stray sour up air, okay, that can be an up smash or an F smash, and then that can kill potentially, depending on where you are on the stage. So stray aerials themselves may not kill, but they can lead into kills, or they can string into kills, right? There's more, I think, into the... Like, let's say Mario's at ledge at 90, and you sour bear him, right? That's not gonna kill, but you might be able to get an edge guard off of that. Or you might go to ledge trap him again, he rolls, you read it, you dash back, F smash, and you kill him. Or like, you tip or F tilt and he dies. The stray aerial didn't kill him, but the situation the stray aerial caused got him killed. Which is still good. You know, if the stray aerial just did nothing for you, then that's another thing, but it's not like Marth isn't still getting stuff off of that. It's just not an immediate follow-up all the time, or it's not that move itself that kills. Which, I understand making more situations, especially in an environment like online, that requires more reads, isn't necessarily the best thing ever. But I don't get that point in general.
So you need those confirms to work. This extends beyond confirms too, into moves like Dancing Blade, where a millisecond could honestly make the difference between Sour Spot, Tipper, and a total miss.
So that's hyperbole, but I get what he's saying, that things like Dancing Blade or more tight confirms are going to be hard online, and they are. The thing is, though, is the main thing that confirms harder, or Dancing Blade harder, is just that you have to play with the added delay. Once you get used to the delay, which obviously is going to be different for every player, but once you get used to the delay, you're basically just playing. You can adjust your timing to online. It's not impossible. It's just you have to get used to it there. I would say mainly with Nair 1, you can still probably do that off reaction, and up air you kinda can. But I understand what he's saying here. That it's harder, but I also wouldn't say that it's impossible or that it's so hard that he is incredibly worse because of it. Not saying that's exactly what he's saying, but because he makes it that big of a point.
So, what are we Marth mains supposed to do when we're left with only online to play? Well, the answer depends on what your goal is. I've prepared a flowchart of choices I would personally recommend. Don't forget, this isn't something you have.
Okay. I'm gonna let him talk about this, and then I'm gonna go back to this, okay, to this screenshot, okay?
To do. If you want to play Marth and you don't care about the lag, then by all means go for it. If the lag does affect you, but you still want to power through with Marth, focus on the fundamentals when online, and practice your confirms in training mode. I know that it can be boring, but it creates muscle memory and improves your timing. If the lag is just too much to bear, and it makes you not enjoy playing Marth, then just don't play him online. Use the time you have online to improve a secondary you may have. One that isn't affected heavily by Wi-Fi is obviously recommended. And of course, if you don't like online Marth, but you don't take it seriously either, just have fun doing whatever you want. I know that online affects every character to some degree, but I think Marth is just a standout character when it comes to the differences that lag introduces to the game.
Okay, so no, he didn't say to just play Lucina. That's not what he said. Even if you're joking, I just want to mention that. That's not what he said. So I have one big issue with this whole thing. Do you have to play Marth is probably one of... I would not start any discussion of do you have to play him. And the reason for it is there really isn't a point, or at a point that I think back of, that I've ever said, or that I have to play Marth, right? If I'm thinking back in that sense that I have to play Marth today for this many games or whatever, right? Obviously if it's like a, a tournament or serious games that, I want to play Marth, right? Because he's my main. But I would not, even if that's not exactly what he means, do you have to play Marth is a very poor choice of words for this. Okay, so let's just go on the left side first, then we'll go to the right. So let's just say you want to play Marth online, right? So are you playing for fun or playing to improve? If you're playing for fun, do whatever the hell you want. Do whatever the hell you want. If you want to fuck around with your friends and play like items doubles, like we were doing the other day, and you don't want to play fucking, I don't know, Mewtwo, sure, go ahead, do it, right? If that sounds fun to you, like, you're playing for fun. I don't think that's really a question. Like, if you're playing for fun, you don't have to play Marth. Don't put yourself through that. I don't know, I think I just have an issue with that, where it's like, if you're playing online and you want to just have fun, right? You're not trying to play seriously. Do whatever the fuck you want, right? There's no there's no you have to play Marth or whatever, right? So, and the thing is so if it's playing to improve, right, focus on fundamentals and practice in training mode. So when I first saw this, I thought he was saying to practice fundamentals in training mode, which is not possible, but that's not what he meant. The issue is when you're playing online to improve, I think it's very much worth mentioning that you have to go out of your way to improve in online Smash, right? So one, you can't go on quick play at all. If you want to improve, don't go there at all, right? Unless it's like to warm up, maybe, right? Secondly, you have to find somewhere where there's decent enough players, right? Or they're around your skill level. That's a better way of putting it. You want to find players around your skill level. Okay? Then you have to find people that are around your skill level that can play it around the same time as you can. Right? Okay. So now you can play. Now you can play seriously. Okay. Focusing on fundamentals is, I think, too basic of a way to put it. I think if you're playing seriously online, what if I'm so good that no one's around my level? Then you should play with Leo, because then he'd be the next best thing. I hate you, Tiny. You are Leo. Then play with whoever was second PR, I don't remember. When you're talking about something like fundamentals, I think it's very hard to say just focus on them, because fundamentals are the entire game, essentially, right? Fundamentals are things like having decent spacing, it's having, fundamentals is just everything that's like basic about Smash, right? Knowing when to approach, when not to approach, knowing, like, it's hard to describe what that even is. Right? There's so many things that go into fundamentals of Smash. And the thing is that a lot of people who play online are not playing with fundamentals at all, right? They're basically a skill check of they're like an NPC skill check, essentially, right? You're playing a Wi-Fi Zelda, right? That's basically a skill check on, do you know when to approach? When you're fighting Sonic, it's, do you know how to deal with getting camped out without a projectile? That was a really bad voice crack. Right? There's a lot of things going on, so when you're playing to improve, I would say, and if you want to play Marth, and you want to play online to improve, you should play trying in the same kind of way you would offline, where if you have specific negatives of your play, right? With exceptions, and I'll get into that in a second, you have certain things going on, right? That you know are wrong. Try and fix them to the best of your ability, or to always take a note, right? If you're playing online, of what you're doing. And going, okay, my ledge trapping needs work. Well, here's the thing. How much of that is online, right? That's another thing, is that you just need to understand that if there's things that are just going on that is just not going well for you because it's online and it's really just too hard, just in general, not even just for Marth, but just in general. Ledge trapping's a really hard thing to do online because it's basically all reads at that point. You can't react as easily. So if that's happening and your ledge trapping is poor, obviously there's things you can work on, but I wouldn't take it as seriously as I would, I don't know how to approach. Because approaching is basically the same thing online and offline, it's just there's delay, right? Ledge trapping as a flow, or as its flow, is completely different online, because there's things you just can't do, because you don't have enough time. Right? So there's things that I would say, within reason, look at what you're doing, find the things you're doing wrong, and improve on them, right? Do this same exact thing, but just give yourself more wiggle room than normal, because you're playing in an environment that isn't the absolute best possible. So then let's say you don't have or want to play Marth. Okay, playing for fun, regardless of if you do or don't want to play Marth, you should do whatever the hell you want. And if you don't want to play Marth, or you don't have to play Marth, and you're playing to improve, if you don't have a secondary, and I think I'm going to get flack for saying this, you don't have a secondary, and you don't want a secondary, if you're like me, where you're kind of just chilling with Marth, I would say if you're playing to improve, and you don't want to play Marth, you shouldn't play online in general. You should play other things. Or you should work on, well, not work on, but try to get used to online the best you can. I dig. The issue with if you're playing to improve and you don't want to play your main is you're heavily screwing yourself over, or like you're screwing yourself over basically, because your main is the character that by far you're spending the most time into, right? And again, if you don't want a secondary, and again, I don't think you need a secondary for online. I think that's a terrible idea, especially if you're newer at the game. That's a terrible idea. If you're, I think it's going to be a lot better to work more on getting used to online and understanding. I would say, it's if you need like a quote from me, you should work on being as used to online as you can to play it in a serious environment, as understanding as you can, or with the understanding of it's not perfect, right? That's kind of what I would say. If you want to pick up a secondary, that's fine. And online would probably be a very good place to do that. Like right now would probably be a good place to do it. But in general, I have a lot of issues with this. In general, for fun, you should play however you want. If you're playing to improve and you want to play your main, just play like you would normally, and just understand that there's things that happen because it's online. Reminds me of that one tweet from saying that online isn't the problem. No, online can be the problem sometimes. I'm not going to say that online never causes issues, or that online is perfect. It sure as hell is not. You know, I'm not trying to say that, but I think this is not a good way to look at it, because there's too many. Like, I would say practice and training mode definitely for like confirms and things like that, and timing for things, right? And then I would say try and maybe get used to that online. I did see the tweet from the guy that got pissed. That was funny. Okay, moving on. After like talking for 10 minutes.
Is the last one on the flowchart. I just get angry when Marth stuff doesn't work like I'm used to, and forcing myself to power through will just turn me off to Marth, if not Smash as a whole.
Okay. And this is going to be, I think, another hard thing that I think a lot of people don't want to agree with me on, or don't really want to hear. If you get so frustrated online, right? If you play online and you get extremely frustrated, the point, and because of your character, not because of other things. I think if you get frustrated at fighting characters, that's a different thing entirely, right? There's problems with that too, but that's one thing. If you're getting frustrated because of your character and they're not working how you want it to, and you're mainly blaming online, regardless if it is or isn't online, that's the problem, right? And that's going to have you quit Smash because of it. You should not play Smash online. Like, at all. Like, I don't think that's going to be a healthy mindset for you. If you cannot play your favorite, which I'm assuming your main is your favorite character in this game. It should be. If you cannot play the best part of this video game online, the point of it driving you to getting so upset you'll never play the game again, you probably shouldn't. I love this game. Like, even online, I have a lot of fun with this game. I have a lot of fun with Marth and my character, right? And I understand not everyone's going to be like that, but I think if you're getting to that point, you probably shouldn't play. At least seriously online, right? At the very least there. I would say at that point you should definitely play and do what you can to have fun. But if for you the best part of this game is so bad online that you're willing to quit, there's issues there that should be worked on.
Don't worry though, I'm still a die-hard Marth main, and I look forward to the future offline outings with the Hero King. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers.
I think that's
I never
it.
thought I'd see the day I hit 100.
It's like another
this is
minute.
really cool for me.
I don't think
Thank
that's
you
it.
for
Is
watching
it?
and subscribing, and just being a cool community in general. I
Wow.
haven't forgotten about the projectile
That didn't kill,
video
that's crazy.
milestone I promised. It's just a large
Oh, we got
task
the
to
up
solve.
hit,
I'll
okay.
get it out eventually. If you want to keep up with me outside of YouTube, Trace to go.
Hey, there's his Twitter, go follow him.
If you're interested in other content of mine, subscribe to my second channel, Trace to go Everything Else, where I'll just post anything I want that isn't related to the main channel. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more.
Okay. Boom. I'm already subscribed. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. So now I want to talk about some positives that Marth has online and what you can potentially do to use that to your advantage. So here's a couple things that I just want to mention quickly that Marth can do, or that Marth has online, that I think are actually better online than offline, and how you can potentially use that to your advantage, or otherwise, at least understand kind of, okay, Marth can do this here. So the big thing I want to mention that is absolutely his biggest strength online is... Okay. Marth's hit lag on sours is non-existent in this game. Absolutely is not in the game. It's like 2 frames. It's like one of the few things in the game that has a negative, or like a not a 1.0 multiplier on hit lag, right? You're actively getting less frames, right? So if I'm doing... Fair, that takes like an hour. Look at this. It takes forever for Lucinia to start moving. And then you go to Sour, and then... Like, she just instantly just goes, okay? So even though this is at 45%, do you know how many Lucinias I've hit that are DIing in, which makes it so there's more time for them to land, and they still can't tech in time, because it's online. You know how many times I've done this? And they just no tech. It is so much harder to tech and react to Marth hitting you with Sours online. It is absolutely insane. Tippers give you a movie to watch. Sours are like going to that movie, hitting fast forward 8,000 times. It's just like, wait, what? It's done? So, I would say that's Marth's biggest advantage online, is he can hit you and you're not going to be able to react to half the shit he does. Okay? You do a Sour Fair 50, people might start teching at like 55, like around right there. They might tech that. They're going to be teching in because they're just going to be holding in, right? They're going to be DIing. They're just going to tech in for the most of the time. Okay, very simple stuff like that, right? Let's say... Or actually, this is the best way I can show this off. So let's see, what, 122, I think? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see, get up. Okay. So let's count the frames of down tilt, the first frame it comes out, to the first frame Lucina touches the floor. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Lucina's hit on frame 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. On frame 14, she starts moving. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 37 frames. From down tilt, the first frame of down tilt, to landing on the floor. Okay. Now it takes roughly 20 frames to react. And you're adding at least 6 frames because of online. So technically speaking, that is reactable. Okay. Here's the problem. If I'm talking a little bit louder than what I normally do, it's hard to even notice you're even getting hit, because the sound is so fucking quiet. That is insanely hard to react to online. Okay, so you have 20 frames and you're already like, what is it, around like right there. Okay, and most players don't know sour down tilt does this to begin with, so they're already like surprised. Okay, you're gonna catch people off guard with this to begin with. So while 30, what was it, 37 frames I think I counted to? Something like that. Even though that sounds pretty bad, online it's absolutely fucking insane. Because no one's gonna react to this in time. It is extremely hard. There's basically no tells. The screen doesn't really shake. Like it kind of does, but like compare this screen shake and amount of time it takes before she starts moving. That's a sour. Okay, cool. Okay, compare that to this. Okay, listen to how fucking loud this is. Okay, how many hit lag? Actually, hold on. I want to see myself. Of just hit lag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 frames. It takes 8 frames for the game to say, "Oh, that's sour too. That was 8 for sour." Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 frames for the game to go, okay, now you can move. Compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Compared to 7. There is no, like, tell you're really getting hit until you're already hit. Yeah, no, tagging Marth down tilt is just not fucking possible online. It is extremely difficult from someone who knows the percent ranges for it and knows it's a thing. I basically can't do it. There's a couple times I can, but even I can't fucking do it. Okay? And so that's why I always make fun of the fact that sour down tilt to down smash is just a true combo online. Like, you're not reacting to that shit. You're just not going to. Okay, something like that is just, there's no way. And I think even in a sense of, like, let's just say we're not talking about like kill confirms flat out, right? Let's say you, what's a good example of something? I'm on FD, so I can't talk about like platform stuff, even though that'd be a great example. Actually, no, let me switch over. The other thing is Marth, sours in general already create really good situations for you in terms of potentially getting another hit or setting up for something else. Sours are very good for, okay, curious thing, okay, I want you to only go this far instead of this far, okay? That way I can hit you again with the thing that sends you this far so you actually die. Sours are very good at that. And online, the opponent has even less time to react to the fact that you are now in a spot where you are about to die. So if I have you like, I don't know, let's just say 80, right? If I do sour up air here, right? You pick the wrong option, you're getting tipper bared off stage, right? Or you're getting fared off stage or something, right? Or you air dodge at the wrong time and then I get an F smash, right? There's a lot more. I know if I do landing up air like that, I can rend heaven. That won't kill yet. It'll do good damage, but it's not gonna kill yet. It's out of range for up smash definitely by that point. Maybe bear, right? Sour bear, maybe if you can land it at the right time. If you're behind them, definitely. You'd have to space for tipper, but I mean, it's not impossible. But like, if you're getting like a landing one like down here, right? Maybe at most you're getting up air. If you're like not even really able to combo off of it directly, right? There's ways you can wait for them to do something. Because if you put them in a spot, they have to do something. An opponent's not going to be able to just chill out up there, right? They have to press a button somewhere. When does bear kill? I don't even know. Like, I never kill with it, so I have no idea. I just don't even use it. And that goes for something like, so if I do like sour fair, right? And you tech on, or if you have to tech chase on that, or you have to tech on that platform, I can talk, I promise. Right? You have to do something, right? Or you're going to get nared, or you're going to get bared, or you're gonna get hit again, and then now you're off stage, or you're at the ledge, and then you pick the wrong option, and then, uh-oh. F-tilt, uh-oh. I'm sorry. So even if you're not going for the true combos that, like, maybe you could still get, right? If you're kind of frame tight, let's say it's online, you're just not confident in going for them, right? You're not used to online, really. You're not able to go for them, which is fine. You can still force great things from this. I think actively spacing for the tipper, in this case, is actually going to be worse for you. Because, so let's say I get tipper up air, right? My opponent can just drift off stage and then go to ledge, which is still a good position for me. But I'm not able to do anything that's potentially even more damaging, right? They'd have to like air dodge like up there, and then they'd have to try and drift in, which isn't really what you're supposed to do. She does really good with online in terms of down tilt, right? So like if you, there's a lot of obviously there's a lot of theory crafting into something like this because there's a lot of potential options. But in general, it's that you force a response from this way more than you would this. Okay, and you force a response that's going to get them killed a lot easier from that than you would this, right? Because they have wiggle room with that. Okay, they can double jump, fast fall down the ledge, right? You can catch them with fair, but I mean you have to react to it. We're talking about online. They may not be able to in time, but with something like this, it's going to be a lot easier to look at what they're doing and go, oh, okay, right? They try and hit me, then you just shield, and then they air dodge, and then you just drop from the platform and hit them, right? They go to ledge, and then you might be able to catch them by the time they go to ledge if they just strictly try and air dodge away. And even if you don't, I mean, you still had to you forced that for a wider window, and you forced that much quicker, right? So those are just a few things that I would say. Another thing for online that I'd say in general is, how would I even put it actually? Tech chasing is definitely, I don't have that command. Tech chasing is going to be your best friend online, which means Dancing Blade's going to be your best friend online. No, I have a bot for commands, I just don't have one for that. Or I don't have a command for that. That means getting good at Dancing Blade. That means understanding why people tech the way they do. That means understanding, F smash timings and stuff like that. Even if you're not getting tippers, right? Let's just say you're always getting sour down 4. Like you're not even getting forward 4, right? At ledge. Here, look at this. Like, so let's say I do that, and then that. That's still like an edge guard situation, potentially. Or it's a guaranteed ledge trap situation. Even at like 80, 90, right? Even if I get a tech situation like that, which I mean, to be honest, someone's gonna probably tech it down until at this percent. But like, sours give you so much more online, so I think it alleviates some of the pressure tippers have otherwise. I talk about this, or I'm planning on talking about this kind of stuff more in general in the video I've been working on for so long. You know, the one that I said, oh yeah, it's only gonna take a couple weeks, and then a month and a half later, here we are. I talk about this a lot more there. But I think in general, online is a very good way of seeing how strong sours are. Because people are gonna be scared. They get hit like here, right? They're gonna panic, they're gonna just press buttons. The video is on sours. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm going to say for now. The video is on sours. You know, it's and I know I'm using up air as an example. I mean, if you want to use fair, right? I mean, they have options they can choose there, right? If they just try and go down, you can hit them again with another fair. If they double jump, you can just swing up and hit them there. If they air dodge in, you can hit them as they air dodge in the ledge. Stuff like that. I could go on for forever on what you could potentially do from what sours potentially force out of opponents that they... But the thing is the point is, sours force button presses in a way that basically nothing else in either of these two characters' kit really has. Or a lot of characters in general have that kind of... Okay, you need to do something because you're here. You need to do something now because you're going to be here, or I'm going to hit you again, and you're going to die. Oh, you're at 40 and I hit you with fair. Uh-oh, you're in a tech situation. Pick wrong and you're dead. Right? Like, boom, and then... Obviously, with DI, you might live that. No, that's not the title. But, I mean, that's basically what I'm trying to get at is... The good things about Marth are basically not tippers. Online. As dumb as that sounds, the great things about Marth that you can abuse the hell out of online are not tippers. They are not dying at stupid early percents. They're not his really good edge guarding game. It's nothing. It's none of that. It's sours and how they can force your opponent to panic. Because they have to. It's online. They can't react to what you're gonna do. But you can react to what they're gonna do. Because you can just sit there. Right, you just sit there after you hit someone. It's kind of whatever, right? As long as you don't get hit, you're still an advantage if you just stand there. Oh, here. It's just called sours. That'd actually be a great idea. Right, if I just sit you here, and I just sit there, right, and then you air dodge away like 20 frames after, cool. Or like right before you're about to land, all right, cool. As long as I don't get hit, it's whatever. I'm still an advantage. Right? If you land like all the way at the end of the stage, right? So let's say you like drift away and you're here and I basically just stand there. I have stage control now. Cool, great. Right? Even if you're not even getting just a hit from it for a while, right? And you get other things. But that's basically what I would... That's the TLDR is sours force opponents to mash. Which puts them in very consistent situations for you to land tippers that you don't really need space for, which is very good. Now, if you're going to ask me the question of should you play Marth online, will this be up later? I missed the beginning. I'm gonna make it a Fr0stumentary, if that's okay with you, because I don't want to like. I'll have like a thing on the bottom when the video starts, like not like the what's it called? All good. Okay. Like when not when the intro is, but after that, it'll be like video by Trey, video and description, basically, right? It'll be like right there. Now, if you're going to ask me, should you play Marth online? I would say, if you want to play him, yes. He plays a bit differently online. But you should, if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. If you just want to play Lucina instead online because you're more comfortable with her online, then play Lucina online, right? If what you enjoy out of these characters is mainly just the moveset, and you don't really want to dealing with tippers and sours, then you should play Lucina online, just because that lets you still play the character you want. And then when you go back to offline, then you just have to remember, or you just have to get used to sours and tippers again, which I think is going to be a lot easier for a lot of people than the other way around. If you're playing for fun, I think in general you should do whatever. Just play DK. Just play, yeah, no. Actually, no, if you're gonna have fun, just play DK. Fuck it. DK, Galaga only. Never mind, that's a hell of a rule set. I don't want, never mind. I already don't want to play.